Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to this first build of 2025. God, it's hard to believe. And this is the EDUARD 132 scale measurement, excuse me, E4. So this is part one and this is the cockpit. So let's jump into it. Cheers. Hi guys, so here we're at the desk. Gonna start building up the cockpit with the PE. There's quite a lot of PE in this kit. This is an Edward Profi pack. So I'm just looking at the instructions here and trying to figure out what comes off the fret. And of course, I need the obligatory magnifying glass. So you see there, I'm using my clippers. People maybe frown on this, but I find it quite useful because I know what's being clipped off. When I'm using a knife, sometimes they just ping into oblivion and you lose them. But I just find this is a wee bit more convenient for me. And then what I would do then, I would get the piece of PE, get it in my hand, and then give it a quick rub with a sanding stick to take any of those burrs off that you would do normally. So that's the chain, if I think for the what is the trim wheel, I think it is anyway. So there I have the plastic piece in my hand and my big head's getting in the way again. But what I'm trying to do here then is I'll just try and glue one of those wheels to the plastic part. And I'm using this Ammo thin cement. Now, I've never used this before, but I quite like it, particularly the applicator. A nice long arm and a brush, which gives you plenty of control. So I'm just figuring out now what side this wheel goes on. And with the help of my superb tweezers, I'll just pop this on. So this is all very fragile and delicate, as you can imagine, guys. You know, so you just need to be ultra careful with this stuff. So we'll let that set for a wee bit, and then I'll get the P or the photo etch chain that we just cut off the fret, and I use super glue for that. So it's just out of shot there. So I put the super glue on like a piece of perspex. Well, it's actually the cover of a small picture frame. So I use that as to put my super glue on, and then I use like an old paper clip at the end of it as the applicator. So then put the chain on there, and then just give it a bit of a squeeze, and then belt and braces approach here with the North touch of super glue just to ensure that's on. And then what I'll do is then I'll put the other side of the wheel trim on, and that'll sandwich everything together, and then just let that sit. So there's the trying to pick up a photo etch chain. As I say, these things are tiny and they're very, very delicate. You see, I just can't seem to get a hold of it. Trying to bounce it and everything. Look at that. It's quite funny looking at it. But anyway, we get there. Perseverance, never give up. So I get a hold of it, and so then I get it between the tweezers, and then I'll place that into position on the part, and hopefully the super glue has went off in that time I was faffing around there. So then I get another bit of ammo cement, popping that in, and then I'll pick up the other side of the wheel, and I'll place that on, and then that'll sandwich the PE chain between the two wheels. And I'll give it a squeeze. Very, very delicate. And then just set that aside and let that go off. And we should be good to go then. Hopefully that'll be good. That'll be nice and firm. Positive fix. Good. So now we're on to the cockpit tub. Now you can see there, there's the massive head in the way again. Get out of the road, Liam. Uh, um, apologies about this, guys. So as you can see, I've got the tub there, and I've put a few bits and pieces on it. And I think, yeah, I'm putting in that wheel, the trim wheel. I'm putting that on the left side of the port side of the pilot seat, and I've already put in the oxygen regulator there, and the joystick stick, plus a few foot plates as well. And you can see there that I've got the pedals, the roller pedal there, just sitting on that wee disc, and my head's in the way again. So I'm going to pick these up, and then I'm going to place these on the floor of the cockpit tub. Now the regulator, I must mention about the regulator. I've done a bit of research, and some people think that it's too high. There should only be three holes. There's like holes in the side of it. Maybe that's for accuracy. I don't know, but it fitted okay for me. And you can see I'm just faffing about here with this piece of these foot pedals here. That's again quite tricky, and you need to concentrate. So, and I successfully put them, and I don't think I put them in quite square. I think they were a wee bit off center, but the time that it dried, it was too late to do anything. But they're in place anyway, so I was happy at that. So it was, and yeah, that's coming along nicely now. So now we're jumping on. Now we're jumping on to a bit of priming, and I thought I had a 1500 in Mr. Hobby in black. I don't. I have grey and white. So you can see the two bottles there. I have Vallejo black, and then what I actually used was this AK black for acrylics. As you can see at the top of the frame there, I have beside the fuselage where I had two samples sprayed on, and I think the AK black is a better black, if that makes sense. So here's the pilot seat. I'm priming that. I wanted to leave that off because of the seatbelts mainly. I wanted to put the seatbelts on when I had put the base coat on, which would have been the RLM 66. That would have been the for the interior of the cockpit. So going around each of these bits, and this is the other instrument panel, which is sort of connected to the bulkhead of the engine. There's an engine with this kit, but I didn't put it in, or I'm not going to put it in, because I didn't really see any point. I wasn't going to show it off. I don't think my skills are at that level of detailing Messerschmitt 109 engines. But anyway, it can always be in the spurs box, and you could do something with it at a later date. So just going around all these sub assemblies, if you like, excuse me, give them their base primer coat in black, and that'll help show off the RLM 66, the interior color, which is further on. So this is very satisfying part of modeling, is the actual painting. And you see I'm using those magnetic crocodile clip stands, which I find really useful. And here we are. Here's the cockpit tub itself. So just giving that a nice coat of the black, getting all in the nook and crannies, and then that'll help give a shadow once we put the RLM 66 down. So run out there. So need to top up. Now we squirt of the primer in it, give it a test, and then we're off again. Goes down really smooth, no thinner needed or anything, just straight through the airbrush. So it's at, I think it's at about 15, 16 psi here. As I said, no thinner. And that's a water clips. I think it's 0.35 needle on it, and it goes down really, really. I love this airbrush. It's so I use it for everything. It's a real good all rounder. I think it cost me 140 quid or something like that a year or two ago. But could do a good clean, but it's a champion workhorse, real workhorse. So just finishing up now with the sidewalls on in the fuselages. Now popped these in earlier on. There was a few wee bits and pieces went on it, nothing major. So giving them a nice coat of the black. And you can see the other part. I've just picked it up there. You see, there's a bit of masking tape there. Well, there's a bit of photo etch there, and it was a really nice piece. And I didn't want it to be blackened or discolored, so I just masked it off to keep the original color of it, etc. And there you go. Happy days. Nice. Hi guys. So I've done a bit of priming here on the parts fuselage and the different cockpit bits, and I was trying out these two colors. Yeah, MRP RLM 66, and then Model R 71055. It says black grey RLM 66. So I tried both of them out on this side of the fuselage. Now this is the Model R version, and then this is the MRP 66. To be honest with you, I don't like the RLM. I think the Model R one is a closer fit. So I'm going to use that and paint the rest of the cockpit. So guys, here we are. We're using our RLM 66, but I'm going to be using the Model R version of it rather than the MRP. As I explained previously, there, I just think it's a better color against the black. So again, everybody loves airbrushing, so I'm just putting a nice coat down here, as you can see it coming up there. It's really nice, and then using the other side as well. Just nice, easy coats, building up the capacity to give that effect. And that black, as I said earlier, would give us some nice shadows. And then what we can do, we can go in later on with a bit of a white, and then maybe dull it down a wee bit and just give that shadowy, used old effect, if you like. So this is a new bit for me. I'm using double-sided tape here on lollipop sticks rather than the holders, because some of these bits you just can't get a hold of. So this is, I think it's Gorilla Tape that I use, and just cut it off in pieces and put it on this stick. And I know a lot of people use this, but this is the first time I've used it, and it's quite good actually. I'm very pleased. I'm quite chuffed the way you can get at most of the areas you need to paint. So just getting into all the nooks and crannies there, as you can see with the Vallejo Model R RLM 66. So that's coming along nicely. Just pop that on, and then you can see the black of that AK. It's really, really deep black, and I really like that sort of. And I think that it'll complement the RLM 66 so well, and give us plenty of deep shadows within the cockpit. You have to understand too, when we close this up, well, I'm hoping to leave the canopy open so that you can actually see what's going on in the cockpit. But the 66, it's beautiful against that black. So just doing up the other bulkhead with the other measurement panel on it. So this nice and easy. Yep. So that's great. That's coming along really well. Really pleased with that. And then I'll give them, I just go in and let them dry for a couple of minutes there. And then I'll go in and do it again, give them another recoat, nice and light. And just build up the appearance, the capacity, the deepness of it. And there's my wee mule playing there in the top left of the shot. It's a wee boomerang, Australian boomerang. So it's been very useful now, just testing these different paints that I'm using and different products. So here we are, guys. So I think I've missed out a bit of putting on the RLM 66. So apologies for that. And I'm just showing you there the effect that I have, because I've actually put on that white I talked about as well, which I meant to film as well. So my apologies for that. So you can see the effect that has. I mean, I'm not an expert spray painter, but it's just a really light coat over the RLM 66 dark grey, and that gives it a nice effect. So so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this Tamiya panel liner, and I'm just gonna put that on as a wash throughout all the bits and pieces, and just to give it a bit more effect. So starting off with the seat, and you can see there the seat belts are in now. So I made a mess. I left some of the seat belts off, some of the parts. It's more than just two straps across the lap and then the two chest straps. There was already bits and pieces that I completely forgot about putting on. But anyway, that's another learning lesson for me with PE seatbelts. So you see there, I'm just dabbing that in different wee places, and what I'll do, any excess, and I'll just take that away with a cotton bud, and it should be fine. Yeah, a really nice effect. So yeah, that's good. Just another wee spot there. So I'll go around all the bits and pieces with that. So there, I'm getting out the cotton bud now, just being very, very delicate. You don't drag anything off at this stage of the game, because I think I've mentioned, yeah. So now I've got so now I'm using like a grey for a chipping effect. Now these are lock and load by Ammo, and they're basically pencils, leads, and I'm just going to show you now. I think, yep, there you go. I'm going to show you the box. There it is, lock and load. And I'm not being paid or anything, but I think these are great. They help with some worn effects, etc., and some chipping. So this is one method of chipping. Obviously, you could use the spun method, or you could go in with a very small, when there's the seat, the seat's popped out. So I need to tack that back on again. Actually, that's probably worked out better, so I can get at it better there to show you without my big head in the way again. Just some of the effects I put on that seat, just to give it a bit of worn effect, if you know what I mean. Probably guys don't like this method. That's fine. I do like the sponge method. Where you cut a bit of sponge and then you dip it in like some sort of a dark grey, and then you pop it on in different areas. Obviously using different sides of the sponge to give you different effects. I do think that's really, really good. But again, my cinematography isn't great. Yes, thanks, Liam, getting ahead of the road. So basically going around all the bits and pieces and just making wee strikes and just odd shapes to show a bit of chipping. So, and then I would, so here we are, guys. Here's the Here's the finished article. Hopefully, so I'm trying to put the microphone glass in there to see if you can see it better. But you can see the effect. It's quite nice. And welcome back to this part two on the Edward 132 scale, BF 109 A4 measurement. So let's get over to the desk. So guys, we're this is part two, and we're trying to do the earthing construction. So I've just tried to glue this together, the fuselage, and you can see it's all taped up. Now I've just done the back bit. I've left um, the front bit loose at the minute. I must say there's no ejector pins, or, sorry, not ejector pins, but location pins or sockets. So you need to really line this up quite well. Um, we're a ridge there at the minute, actually. So it's. I have to say I struggled a bit to get this together, but I think it's there. As I say, I've just done that, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to let it sit, and I've just used this ammo cement. What I would normally do would I would put super glue in black, so then when you squeeze it, it pops out, and you can see where it is for sanding purposes. But that doesn't seem to be too bad at the moment. Yeah, so I'm just going to let that sit for maybe 24 hours and then come back and take a tape off it and see how we are. I've also put the wings together. So a bit of RLM two, I think, in the wheel wells. I have to say there's quite a bit of flash on these. These have been dry for about 24 hours now. Um, Not bad fit. Bit of a gap there, and I need to maybe tidy this up. I have to put on the flaps yet, which I'll probably do now. But yeah, that's coming along nicely. One bit of a disaster, but when I was putting the fuselage on, it it popped off. The squeeze popped off one of the instrument panels. Now I should be able to pop that on again, but I'll just wait that all dries again, and then I'll tidy that up. Not a big deal. But there you are, guys. Cheers. So, guys, just working on the airframe here at the moment. And as you can see, I've pretty much done the wings. I just put on that PE there last night. Just need to put on these covers now. Um, so if I figure out what's what, let's see if I can add that way. So this is this one. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. Few wee issues with the fit. So just stop that for a minute. I've got the fuselage together, so this is quite good here. Obviously, I believe there's a seam meant to be down there, so I'll rescribe that and I'll rescribe the thing. But that was a nice fit. There was no locating pins with the fuselage. The same then, so I had the same on the side. So I fixed in place this bit. I then let that dry. I then moved on to the front of the aircraft. So I put in these side modules. Um, there's a bit of a gap. That's one for filling. That one's not too bad. So put it together, and on the underside, this is not great. So I think I'm gonna have to maybe do a bit of filling and sanding here, and then the front of it, you can see it's there's a bit of a step there. Now I know this is an old kit, so I'm gonna have to tidy that up. Um, but I think I understand that I might need to, because that goes in there. So if I can just show you, so I get this, so that the spinner, oh, it's always a way, isn't it? You can't get stuff out of your storage when you want it. Talk amongst yourselves, right, guys? So I, so I understand this is the way this goes, and so that pops in there. that goes on there. Then that cowling here would go on top of that, sit in there, I think. Or maybe this goes on, and then this goes on. This, this piece here goes on here, like that. Oh gosh, that won't do it any good. Understand that goes on like that. And then this propeller or the prop would go on like that. And obviously the spinner goes on the top of that. So if we take that into consent like that, or into consideration, so that sits like that. But my problem is here. So according to the instructions, this part sits on here to, I can't get that down. It seems something seems to be blocking it. I think this bit's too high, but I don't understand why, because that all went in really nicely. That would all fit in quite nicely. So I don't know what's going on there. Because if I you see this here is meant to sit along here, right? So that's meant to be a snug fit there, and then that would then slip over this instrument panel, and then your canopy would start. So I think there might be a bit of fettling, I think is the word used, uh, to put that in place. Um, but I was just trying out the yellow there, because what I did is I just I painted the tail yellow. That's the scheme I want to do, and the spinner as well. And I picked up a wee trick about using pink or flesh XF15 as a base for the yellow, because as all you guys would know, yellow is notoriously difficult to spray on. But um, I think that's turned out quite well. Actually, I'm quite pleased with that. So I was just trying to do a comparison to see what what the yellow would be like without the pink. And I was going to be priming this anyway, and then putting the pink on it, mask it off for the rest of the aircraft. So yeah, so back to this. So this underside that needs a bit of attention, um to try and get rid of that, or try to tidy that up a bit. Um, but the seam would be here anyway, and then I can that side seems to be quite lower than that side, doesn't it? So I think I have a bit of work to do on that at the minute. But anyway, there you are. So let me get back to you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers. So guys, still on the airframe at the minute, so making good progress. Um, got the wing together. I just need to tidy up these edges a wee bit. Um, put some PE in there in the coolers, air coolers, I think they're called. So that's coming on. That's coming on nicely. The slots and lots, I think, is what they call that. The fuselage, happy enough with this progress. I say I've just put one of the stabilizers. These are quite. You can't get this wrong. You see, you got two notches and two slots, and then that just pops in like that with a bit of force, and you can glue that in. I had a problem here with this piece of cowling. If I can just show you it, maybe in the instructions. Now it was sort of giving me a bit of grief because it wasn't fitting. So I'm going for the alternative one, so I'm not putting in the engine. So this here is under here, but there's two outer sort of columns, if you like. They sit just a bit proud, and it wasn't letting this sit down flush. So a bit of sanding, and it's come down quite nice now. So happy with that. That was holding me up quite a lot. So the plan is now then I've done a bit of filling here and sanding. I think I might just keep off the top cowling, because as you can see, done a bit of painting. That's turned out really well. So obviously that will go on here. So that looks like a nice wee fit. So I might just leave that off and continue continue with the build. Obviously, the next part then would be um, to attach the wings. Um, so while we're here, why not? So this is always a tricky bit, isn't it? So I think we're going to have to do a bit of work here. So if I can just pop that on, so the pressure there. So the front of it doesn't look too bad, and the back end of it, this doesn't look too bad. It seems to be a wee bit off center. So I don't know where you can see that. That doesn't seem to be too bad. There seems to be a gap here on this starboard side, and then I'm sure I could maybe get a bit of card in there to fill that, and then I don't think the gap was meant to be that big. It's springing up again. So I won't waste your time, guys, in watching that. But you can see what's going to happen. So there you are, guys. Pretty happy with the progress. And just looking forward to start getting a primer paint on and then painting. So that will be in the next episode. Okay, thanks. Hey guys, so just an update on the airframe. As you can see, got the wings on. Uh, not too much of a problem. Few wee gaps on the underside here, but wee bit of a lip there. So I'll sand that off. That's not too bad. Give that a sanding, and then I'll reconstitute or rescribe these marks here where we've done a bit of sanding, especially on the top here. The front, then next step is then just to pop that in, and then I'm gonna put the cowling on. Made a bit of a blunder, guys. The cowling and the instructions that shows you open or close this, I had it open for some reason, and then I realized that, gosh, when that sits on that, you'll see the engine. I don't have an engine, so I had to peel them off and stick them there. I'm gonna have to repaint that again because it's not going through. But hey ho. Um, Put on a bit of the canopy. The reason I've done that was because I wanted to paint the inside of it. So I've used RLM 66. That's what I've used in the on the cockpit interior. So pop that on and put that in place. Lovely jubbly. Uh, Completed the masks on the rest of the canopy. And there's a few more bits and pieces to go in them. But what I want to do is I want to do the same. So I'm going to cut some masks for the inside of the canopy and do them in the 66 as well. And then put all the wee bits and pieces that needs to go into that and then close that up. And the reason I'm painting the inside is because, well, I wanna show the cockpit, and if you're leaving it's posed like that. Is that right? Yeah, it is. It's posed like that. So I don't want to show any grey plastic or any clear plastic. I want to show the frame and make the frame the same as not set like that. Make the frame as the cockpit colour that I used, which was RM66. And that's a pretty good fit there, so it is. So I'm happy the way that it is at the moment. So all good. Cracking on. And there you are. Cheers, guys. So guys, uh, so guys, back at the desk here. Just a further update on the airframe. I just flick it over. So as you can see, a bit more progress. Got the canopy painted inside and outside because I want to open it. And what I did is just I just reused the external masks. But I was just thinking there's maybe another wee tip which I've seen, if I can get this out, is basically use 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 what you used as a template, if you see what I mean, and you can cut masks because they're the same in the inside as they are on the outside. Put on the cowling. Having a few difficulties with this now because this is not sitting right. Um, so it's not. So this cap, if you like, goes on. But when you put it on, I don't know where you can see. That's not flush with the rest of the cowling, and it should be. Um, there's a bit of a gap. There probably might be a gap. I'm not worried about that, but it's the way this is sitting on this now. That shouldn't be right. I think I'm gonna have to take this off and reposition it, and it's the second time I've had to do that because it's just a bit awkward. I don't want to leave it like that. It's you can see there. It's not. I'm assuming it needs to go flush with this bit here, but anyway, there you go. So it's nearly there to prime it basically. And yeah, other than this, I'll rescribe some of these as well. Some of the panel lines. Made a bit of a blunder there. I might go that out. Um, but I might take this off and then get it ready for prime. There you are, guys. Let me get on with it. Cheers. So here we are at the desk, and so finished off the construction. I have to say the nose and the cowling, that was a real challenge. And I ended up I couldn't get these bits in. They sort of cover up the engine when you closed it, but I just can't get them in. As I've taken them off to get the cowling on, um, to just for convenience really. So I've painted all that up, and obviously put mask around it now. I put on a prime coat last night, and just let it dry. So I used gosh, what did I use? I used that Mr. Hubbard. Yeah, I used Mr. Scherzer 1500 weight, and I diluted that like 50-50, and it went on quite well. Happy with that. What I'm going to propose to do now is I'm going to use this XF1 flat black, and I'm gonna get in close and just do some light lines along the panel lines, just to give that. I think it's pre-shading look before I put down the final colors. And what I'm going to be using first is this RLM 65, which is a light blue. And if I just show you the instructions, so that's this color here. I'm going to use these um, Model Air by Vallejo. They're really going down quite well, and there's no real stink off them rather than the MRPs. They're woeful smell off them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that pre-shading, yeah, and then I'm going to do the 65 underneath the underside of the aircraft. Plus, I'm going to do the top side of it there, as you can see from these. I'm just going to follow these instructions, and then I'll use the mask off the wings and the top half of the fuselage, and put down the RLM 71, I believe. Is that right? 71, yeah, the dark green. That's not by much. And then take off the masks, and then I'll try to do this sort of speckled stippling. I have a mule aircraft here, an old one. This is a fixed boomerang Australian. I'll maybe try it on the underside of it to see how that goes first. And then we'll take it from there. Okay, guys. See you in a bit. Hi guys. So for some reason my microphone wasn't working for this, but anyway, so this is the pre-shading where I've done just some black lines basically without XF1 over the panel lines, etc. Um, it was all very rough and random, and hopefully it does what I need. Okay, guys, so back at the desk now. So I'm about to spray on the underside of the fuselage and the underside of the wings with RLM 65 by Leho rather than the MRP P paints. So just looked at the instructions there, and the 65 just goes on the underside of the wings and the fuselage. So I've got my cup spray paint in the cup. Just do a wee test. Okay, so here we go. So now we just want a really light coat here because we want this sort of pre shading to come through. So all going according to plan. Let's have a go at this. So we're just trying to do very light coat all over the wings. So that's the first pass there on the on that one wing. Obviously, I think it's going to take another one. Um, so let me let that sit for a while, and then I'll do another one here. Do another pass on the swing. Uh, right, so maybe just done a wee bit more there on the stabilizers, but I think you get what I'm trying to do. I'll maybe do the wings and maybe another pass, and then I'll just leave it at that. Say I don't want to lose that shading. Not sure about that. Anyway, just realized something. I got lost. That should be lost off. Ah, bugger. Anyway, there you are, guys. That's a start. Hi guys. So we're about to put the modeler by Vallejo RLM 02 on the upper surfaces of the fuselage and the wings. Do we test? So like before, nice and light coats because we want that free shading to come through. So nice and light. Looks good. Happy with that. Well done. Okay, I'll just give it a light coat to start off with, and then we can go over it if we need more. Early size of a surface area, and we're out of paint. Bear with me. We'll paint that. It's coming along nicely. Thank you for more on my because we're out of paint again. Looks like you can see, guys, the effect I'm trying to achieve here. In hindsight, I'm wondering if pre-shading on the palm is too much. What do you think? So there you are, guys. I'll go at it anyway. Yeah, and it doesn't look too bad. I think I've dulled it down sufficient enough way that the sort of vision that I have for it. Could maybe give it a bit of more. I'm gonna let them couple of coats dry now, and come back to it and see if I need to do anything else. So there you are, guys. Cheers. Hey guys. So welcome back to the desk, and welcome back to the sort of masking uh, part of the painting process. Um, if you remember previously, I had done the RLM over to the screen all over the fuselage. That was a mistake. It's only the wings, the upper side of the wings get the RLM two, and then the rest of the body gets 65. Um, what is it? 65, the same as the underside, and then we speckle that with what is it, 70 and 71. So what I did is I spread 65 over the fuselage again, and stupidly I've covered up all my sort of post shading. I'm not too sure how to get that back. I'll have a wee think about that. Anyway, notwithstanding that, there was another blunder. The masks I use these top notch masks, but I only realised when I started using them that this is set was for F2 to F4 and G2 to G4. I'm doing the E4. Don't know how that's happened, but anyway, uh, a bit disappointing to be honest. But anyway, I put them on because they're quite like the pattern that it shows there. I want it done. I've sort of followed this as best I can. So what's going to happen now? I'm going to spray RLM 71, this dark green, in between these masks. And according to the instructions, the 71 is here, facing the windscreen, and then along the spine, and then obviously the top of the wings. So I've masked that off as best I can, some sort of demarcation here, and then this will be speckled, just protected against when I spray the wings. So you might hear the compressor rumbling away in the background now. So got a cup full with the RLM 71. Um, yeah, let's go. Here we go. So nice and easy, nice light coats because we want to preserve that. We want to preserve that full shading that we can. Really much for difference. Right. Just trying to keep nice light coats. I want to preserve that sort of shading. And hopefully that's done. There you are, guys. I'm gonna just have one brief coat over that with that ARLM 71. Um, and maybe let that dry for a couple of minutes and then I'll do another coat. All right, thanks. Right, guys. So basically, I've just finished off all the painting, and I forgot that the show taking off the masks, as that's very satisfying, as everyone knows. So apologies for that. So what I've done is I've right. So I've done the RLM, the RLM 2, the RLM 71. I've then put RLM 65 along the fuselage. Now what I done, I wasn't sure from the instructions. I was trying to follow them. So what I done is I done an RLM 65 here as a background and RLM 2 as a background because that's what it appears to me on the instructions. But when I actually read this bit here, it actually says that the aircraft carried a standard scheme of RLM 2 7165. The light blue fuselage sides were darkened with 71 over an overspray of 71. So that to me that means that the RLM 65 is the base, if you like, the base color. So I've I've spread that 65 again, as you can see. Now I think it's turned out quite well at the moment the way the aircraft colors look. So my next problem is going to be, so if it's going to be an overspray of 71, do we try to follow this pattern, or is it a hand brush job, or do I use these stencils which I've used for the example? I know the illustration maybe isn't perfect, but as it would have been out in the field, but I would love your thoughts, guys, just to give me a bit of a guidance. I might just use this top one here, this quite large one, or I might just hand paint it on. Just make those wee small dots. Because if you look at this here on the, and I think I just lost something. If you look at this illustration, I mean, this is quite tightly packed, so it is. This, according to this here, it's 70 and 71. Um, so it's quite confusing. Love to hear your comments, guys. What do you think? I might just go as the bump tells me. Um, the light blue was darkened with a light overspray of 71. That doesn't appear that to me in this illustration. That's more like a speckled look. But I'd like to hear your comments. I might just follow those directions and just give the side of the fuselage a dusting of 71 and see how that looks. But love your comments, guys. And as always, thanks for watching. Cheers. Hi guys. So back nearly finished the painting now. So as I described in the sort of last segment, I was trying to replicate this sort of, I don't know, speckle mottling. And what I actually did, I'll just show you what I've done here. So here's the result. Um, I'm pretty happy with what. Obviously, there's few wee bits I need to I need to fill in. And what I done was I had these stencils from AK. Don't remember how much they cost or whatever. As you can see, there's remnants of the paint, and basically, um, I put that up against the fuselage, and just incrementally. Oh, there's a word for it's Sunday morning here. Just fill that in. Against the RLM 65. Once I done that, then once I was happy with the density, if you like, just to make it that packed. With the so I used let's see, what was it? 71, wasn't it? So I used RLM 71 with the stencils. So this RLM's Dunkelgill, is that right? Dunkelgun? Can't pronounce. Sorry if I've made a mess of that. But that was the RLM 71. So I used that with the stencils. And then once that was dried off, I then just done a sort of like a mist effect with this RLM 71 dark green over the splattered camouflage, if you like. So yeah, probably a bit dark here, and my sort of panel lines is still coming through. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I must say I can try and maybe dull them down a wee bit more. Not sure. Maybe go over them again with the the RLM 70 or 71 again, and dull them down again. But a bit to fill in there, the root there where I've masked maybe too much. Same here on the side, so I'll tidy that up. But yeah, pretty chuffed the way that's turned out now, guys. To be honest, if anybody's any comments, do let me know, or a better way to do it. Yeah, I'll be happy to take them on board. So that's nearly the painting finished. Next challenge, to finish off the painting, I'm gonna try these mask set from One Man Army. Never used these before. Um, Not sure how they work, to be honest. I think it's so I think it's a bit of a layering process. So I'm gonna have to read through these and see how they work. I met Sven who runs this in Telford there in November of 24. Lovely fella, very smart as well. Um, and he didn't have these at Telford, so I sent away for them. They cost, like, they're not cheap. These things are like, it was about 21 quid. I got it off Hannon's. So I just wanted to have a go at them and see how we get on. So there you are, guys. Stay in touch. Cheers. Very nice. So back back at the painting, and I tried these masks from One Man Army. Uh, what can I say? I really struggled. We really struggled with the concept of these. But in saying that, I I put them on. I done one as an example and completely butchered it, and then I put the rest of them on. Um, Now it's just the white. I've got the white background down at the minute. Obviously I'm going to have to replace uh, bits of the mask that I've taken off. For example, these crosses, and then I take off the thin, do it, and then do black. Although it did mess up. And what I did is I got the fuselage mask mixed up with the underside of the wing mask. As you can see, this one, I think this is about the best one, but this one's just out of kilter, as you can see. But these masks here should have been on the fuselage, as the fuselage ones are massive, as if you can see there. So completely balls it up. A bit frustrating. I don't know what to do, where to carry on, or I'm even thinking of scrapping it. But um, I think I'd finish it. It was going so well until that. Um, these masks are, they're as Sven says in his spiel, they're challenging. They're very very challenging, and I'm in two minds whether I would use them again. I think the more you use them, the better you get at placing stuff, because once they go down, they don't come up again. I tried that. I was just, for example, out of line a bit, and then really struggled to pull the mask back up again because of I think it's the tactile, the strength of it. If you know what I mean, it's very very sticky. But learning lesson. Um, I'll crack on with it now and finish them off, and then and that'll be so that'll be the end of the painting on these one man army masks, and that's the end of part three. Hopefully you enjoyed it, you got something out of it, guys. So I've put a bit of tester on the underside of the aircraft. So I put grime up the middle here. um that's grime. I've used the black, put it on this side of the wing, and then I've used the grey on this side. Now, sort of recommended sort of leave this for like 10-15 minutes, let it soak in, and then with a bit of kitchen towel, excuse me, just damp it, and it should wipe it off. So I'll leave this 10 or 15 minutes, and then I'll get back to you. So guys, so I've left this for a couple of minutes here. So I'm just going to get a bit of kitchen, just normal standard stuff, and just damping it, and then just just rub the just rub this off. Well, that's what it's supposed to do. Huh? You can see this is a bit stubborn. This bit, for some reason, I've left it too long. Even that long. Let's try the middle bit. So it's like right. That's come off better. This is the grain, which was this one. Um, and that was the black, and let's say there's a grey. I think I prefer the grey, if I'm honest. I think that's a nice comparable to the to that RLM 65 on the underside. What do you think, guys? I might just use the grey, but I'm concerned about this black bit. It's not coming off. I'm rubbing at this quite furiously. Okay. I'll yeah, I think I'll use the grime. I think it's a nice effect. So let me get on that, lads. Cheers. So guys, I'm just splatting the grey on all over the underside of the wings here. Fairly generous. And don't know what's happened to that black. I've got most of it off, but hopefully it'll be hidden with the grey. So fairly generous, not too much, but generous enough. And then give it a nice coat, and that should be that. That should give us a nice effect to the underside of the aircraft. Okay, good. Not too much, not to be too accurate, but just enough to give it that used effect. And then obviously maybe going with a bit of oil, bit of oils after, for leaks and etc. So there you go. There you go. So, like before, I'll leave that for a couple of minutes and then I'll wash it off. So guys, just let that sit for a couple of minutes and then I'm just gonna gently rub it off with the direction of the airflow. As you can see, that's a really nice effect now that we've created there with that wash. Um, I done the spine first and then the stabilizers. And then over this side, some of it's being quite stubborn. This is the bit that I tried the black on. Still can't seem to get that to get shot of that. Oh, oh goodness, just oh, one of the guns. That's the first time I've been keep doing that. And so anyway, there you are. So that's not bad actually. It's not bad. Not sure what's happened here. Whether do I need to print that again or what? I'll have a wee think about it. But you can you can see the fact that gives you. Just get rid of all the nicks and crannies, and then I'll turn it over and do the upper side. Cheers, you guys. So I'm putting on this Flory wash. This is the dark dirt. So I'm going to put this over the top of the wings and the fuselage. Now I've just put it's quite thick, so I've just put a drop of water in it. Actually, I might just put a wee drop more in it, just to dilute it down a wee bit. Give it a rub and see how we get on. So just the same as I done on the underside, just slap it on, leave it for a few minutes, and then just gently wipe it off. So stand by. Here we go. So I'm just going to do this one wing for just to start off to see how what this will look like. As I said before, just deliberately, um, don't be careful with it. Just slap it on there and get good coverage so that you can get it all in the nooks and crannies. I think that's pretty good. Uh, yeah, this looks good. So you are, guys. So what I'm going to do now, I'll just let that sit for 10 or 15 minutes as before, and then we'll come back and we'll wipe it off and we'll see what it's like. All right. Cheers. So guys, so I've left this for a couple of minutes now, and I'm just gonna just a normal kitchen towel and just wipe it off with the direction of the airflow. Letting it get into all the panel lines and all the remixing fannies and darken down those decals. Now that these that's the top of the wing decals have been painted on with the masks, but so maybe if I just hold it in my hand. So hopefully you can see that effect that it's given me. Oh, what was that? Didn't like the sound of that. And I think you can see the difference in the wings there when that's on, so that's quite nice. Yeah, happy with that. That's turned out quite nice. As you can see, I've tried to do a bit of weathering, particularly where the pilot would step in, but I was a wee bit premature there. I'll maybe go over that again once I've finished this here. But there, you get the idea now, guys. So I'll just go and do the rest of the aircraft, guys. I've finished off with the flurry wash over the aircraft and the underside as well. I still don't understand what happened here when I was doing that samples, but I'm not sure how to get rid of that. But anyway, it is what it is. I then applied a bit of chipping. I just used, oh, and I don't have them with me at the minute. Sorry, these lock and load um, pencils from Ammo, and basically, so you pop a pencil in there, and then, for example, this here, but it just rub in there what you think might be appropriate for paint. Maybe a bit along here too. So tried that. That's okay. Done that, and then try to produce a bit of soot from the guns firing. So these are Tamiya weathering products. So you basically get three colors and a like a sponge applicator and then a brush, and basically load up the wee sponge if you like, and then spray that on your plastic like that, and then go over it with a brush to give it that effect. Maybe a wee bit more on this side. So I did that for both guns, uh, and then on the underside I've done the same thing as you can see there. Now what I want to do now is, if I can, is so they're nice wee thing. What I want to do now is maybe try a bit of oil, um, because you would get some spillage. I understand the measurement would have been quite filthy, so I'm going to put a bit of oil along here and just drag it right back, um, and maybe do that for the engines as well. You know, sort of over the wing here type of thing. So let's get set up and do that. So I've just put two dabs. I'm using these Newton Winston Newton colors. I'm using a burnt umber and a black, and hopefully this works now. So what I want to do is just get a touch on the brush. Let's put three along there. Yeah, give that a wash. And get the umber. Get some on the brush. And then do that. Do that. And then get another flathead brush and just drag that back Um, just straight that back like that. Now, then what I do is get another brush and some white spirit, and I've just taken off a bit much there, but you see the effect that I'm trying to achieve there. You sort of dilute it and drag it. So let's see if we can just bring that right back. That's the effect I want to get, that there's oil coming out of that. So that'd be your air coolers there, and this is the engine oil coming out. It's quite nice, like that. It's not too bad. Good. Yeah. I don't want to be doing too much weathering on this, guys. But I want to just show that it is being used. So that's cool. So guys, I just finished a bit of weathering. I was just showing you with the oils, just streaking and blending it back. That's pretty happy with that actually. I showed you the suit coming from the guns. I started putting on the dangly bits. Um, so I put in the legs there and the wheels. That's a really good fit because it gives you the rake and the angle, which is very helpful. Done a bit more weathering. Done some sort of smoke coming out from the exhaust. It's subtle enough, I think, but I'm happy enough with that. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to protect all that now with a varnish coat of matte, and then let that dry, and then finish off putting on. So I need to do the antenna, put in the canopy of a few PE bits to put onto that. Take off those masks and put on the prop, and I think that'll be ready. So let me crack on with that, and then I can give you the final reveal. Hey guys, so welcome back, and welcome back to the final reveal. Um, so I've basically finished it as far as I'm aware. Um, in summary, pretty happy with the way it's turned out. There was a few gaffes along the way, and there wasn't a kit. That was just me. Um, but yeah, it's turned out pretty well, I think. Let me see if I can get it. I've, I've taken a few snapshots and a wee display video, and I'll show you that at the end. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Putting that canopy on in that position now, that was tricky with the photo etch. Hope you can see that. Um, Sort of activator, if you like, if you sort of hinges the canopy on. That was tricky. So let's talk about it. Putting it together, the actual build wasn't too bad. Um, Obviously, I had difficulty with the curling here at the front. Obviously, leaving out this here. That's one gaff. Um, the 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 markings insignia. I tried to use that one army. That didn't turn out as well. The only thing I ended up doing was using these top wing insignia. That's all one army. The rest is the decals. Um, what else was there? I made an actual mess because I mixed up the decals, or the one army decals, and as you can see there, I didn't sand them off properly. Um, yeah, if we turn it around this way here, the cockpit windscreen has. I'm not sure what happened there. I think it's a bleed, or I haven't masked it off properly. If you remember, I just masked off this windscreen and the back windscreen, and then covered. But if you can just see in the cockpit, there seems to be a bit of grey. So I'm thinking some of the primers got in. Um, Would I build it again? Yes, I would. I would maybe build something similar at this scale or even bigger. I really enjoyed that scale. I don't know why. When there's so much you can't hide all your wee mistakes. But yeah, it was pretty good. I just popped it on this. This is something I done a couple of years back, quite crude, but for displaying. So it just sits really nice, and that'll go into the cabinet now, along with the rest of them. And yeah, it took a while, but I really enjoyed the build. I really enjoyed the build. Some challenging moments now, I have to say, especially with those one army transfers or decals, masks, whatever you want to call it. But all in all, yeah, pretty happy the way it's turned out. Um, yeah, that this if you remember, I was doing a bit of sampling with some flurry washes, and I couldn't get that black off. Bit of weathering, not too much weathering, as I said. Tried the oil washes, or sorry, oils underneath the fuselage here, and then I'll put on some earth, earth splashes, maybe a wee bit much on the uh, landing gear doors, but it's a bit of fun. Yeah, so I'm happy. I'm happy with it, and yeah, let me know your comments, guys. Very involved build, of course, but I love the Messerschmitt. It's a fantastic looking aircraft. Um, I'm assuming you could get a 132 Spitfire. I'm assuming you do. I know that Airfix do the 124 scale, but yeah, I would maybe do a wee Airfix one. But there you are, guys. I hope you enjoyed the series of builds. And many thanks for staying in tune and your comments. And thanks very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.